Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear Sir or Madam, my name is Muhammad Akbar Saputra. May is a fresh graduate of bachelor degree in electrical engineering University of Jember. My age is 22 years old. I have a work experience in the international and national sections. In the international sections, me being a student committees of International Conference iAccelerate 2022 that held by Electrical Engineering Department, University of Jember, and my position is a secretarial and collaborator teams that has a job task about managing for more than three division in the student committees, and then for conceptualization and realization about the workshop, article, and publication ICCIT, and then the main session of the ICCIT 2022, and then maybe writing a report evaluation every week that help by meetings, and then writing an invitation letter for chancellor and dean in the University of Jember. Besides that, me being a master of ceremony in the main session and the gala dinner of the ICCIT 2022. And then in the national sections, my experiences being an assistant laboratory in the electrical energy conversion laboratory University of Jember. Then my position is a secretary and then the assistant laboratory. Then my job task is for creating and designing for the module trainer kit for more than 4 practicum that there is a basic electricity and then electromagnetics, electrical machines, and then renewable energy. And then me managing for more than 6 classes in each semester for 6 class practicum. And then I writing for module basic practicum and the 4 practicum. And then for work experience is me in the PT PLN Persero UPT Gresik. It's the electrical company for transmission unit in the Gresik area. That my position is on the ULTG or Unit Layanan Transmisi Gardu Hidup. It's a department or division that for maintenance in the substation in Gresik area. And my position is being an student internship trainee. And my job task is for actioning for replacement and then for maintenance for in the substation. There is a circuit breaker, transformer, disconnecting switch, potential transformer, and then for current voltage parts. And then my organization experience is me being a head department of Association of Electrical Engineering students on the University of Jember. That my job task is for managing for more than 10 people in my department, and then managing for more than 4 generations. There is a generation for 2029 grades, and then 2020 grades, 2021 grades, and 2022 grades. And then for managing for comprehensive of electrical engineering student orientation, and then escorting for more than 6 students for Campus Merdeka. It's event that held by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology for outgoing the students in the more than in the industry company. And then my organization experience is me being a staff human resources in the SRA or Society of Renewable Energy University of Jember, and then me being a treasurer in the Power Community University of Jember, and then for the outreach team and collaborator team in the PPK Ormawa University of Jember. The PPK Ormawa is a capacity building programs for student organization that held by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology that is a community service in the village. And then the second question is for describe my the biggest achievement. My biggest achievement is me a second winner of scientific paper competition that held by Dinas Koperasi Kabupaten Jember and a finalist Abdi Ormawa 2022. Abdi Ormawa is event that held by the Ministry of Education, Culture and Technology for community service in the village. And my teams as a community service in the Stimulus village, Emergency, and we paid for more than three tools for line monitoring in the Stimulus village that can control and viewing in the mobile applications and using smartphone. It's called Siama or Sidamulyo Integrated Agriculture Mobile Application. So the villagers and for the farmers can see the situation and the weather at the time. It's real time for seeing or viewing about the weather in the Sidamulyo village. And the monitoring of this tool is monitoring about the oil moisture, and then for the wind speed, and then for the quality of the air, and then for rain gauge and soil moisture. And then my biggest achievement is me being an predicate cum laude in my bachelor degree that my GPA is 3.76. And then in my experience too, that the biggest achievement it's I has a three HKI or hak kekayaan intelektual. It's an intellectual prospect. It's I have a two books that has a tag with the intellectual prospect. The first book is a book of the village and the agriculture precision. It's a precision agriculture books, and then the second book is a soft skill for rising our skills in era digital or in the digital era. And then the third question is describe a situation where you have to do right things, although it brings negative consequences to you. Okay, I think I've experienced about that at the 22 at the 2022. Me, I have four positions at the time. Me being a head department of Association of Electrical Engineering University of Jember, and then me being an assistant laboratory, and then me being an outreach and collaborator team, and then me being a student committees in the international conference ICCIT 2022. And then at the time, I have some mistakes that my proposals is not accepted by the vice dean because at the time my delegates it's not work properly or there is some problems that he's not telling me about the problems and I knowing the problems at the time because the event is very close and it's not accepted by vice president vice dean. And then at the time I'm kind of confused about that and I think that it's very hard for me for admit the mistakes. And I think that what the solution that I can solve about this problem and what will I say to my president in the association of electrical engineering students at the time. I'm too confusing about that and then I'm collecting my brief for say to my president at the time and then I admit my mistakes and tell the problems about these mistakes or these problems. And my president at the time is angry to me, but that's not the big decision about that, because at the time I want to get a solutions and bring them together. And then after he's angry to me, we get a brainstorming and solve this problem together. And at the time, my president has a solutions about how to finish that proposals for accepted by Vice Dean at the time. And then I have to managing again and has a evaluation meetings with my teams in the Department of Human Resources Development. And then the solution is worked, and my proposals is accepted by the Vice Dean at the time. And then I have a evaluation report with my teams in the human resource development, and the problem is done and I finished with that problems. So the conclusion is mistakes, it's a mistakes. We must to admit our mistakes, even it can be get a negative consequence to me or to us. Because in this life or in this world, the world is turning. There is a mistakes and there is a opportunities. If we found the mistakes, so we have to solve the problem, or we have to brainstorming together for solve the problem, and then we have to admit our mistakes. And if we found the opportunities, we must take the opportunities with correctly, and then please don't be a record. So mistakes is the friends with opportunities. If we get a wrong, or we get a mistakes, or we have a get a problem, just tell or just admit your mistakes. Even that can be get a negative, or there's a bad reputation in your work or in your background, I think it's okay, because you have to brave that you admit your mistakes. It's you're a gentleman. It's a big deal and a big point about admit your mistakes, because not every human can admit his mistakes. He can lying about that and get more problems, because he will lying again for close another lying. It's a bad habit. So you have to start your habit for admit your mistakes, and then take a solutions and press them together, and your problems or your mistakes will be solved and it will be done. I think that's my answering for three questions for this interview session with Indosat. Thank you for share our madam that seeing my interview online sessions. Thank you for your time for seeing my interview. I hope I can continue for the next step about this positions. And then my motivation positions in this position is Indosat is one operator cellular that old in the Indonesian regions. That then Indonesia has a big ideas and there is a innovations in the operator cellular besides the competitor. Indosat has a price that fight with the competitors and then has a good quality for the services and then has a customer service for properly with the customers. I think that's my motivation about that, why I chose this position in this company. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.